Hello, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful Wednesday with us. I am Astro-Numerologist Lloyd Strayhorn here on Live with Lloyd. Something that I've learned how to enjoy every Monday and Wednesday, and I hope you enjoy it too. Um, as I obviously very passionate about what I do with numerology and astrology. And I've got a few of your calls. I've got some comments to make before I do take the calls. But first, I want to let you know that the show today is sponsored. Okay. This is my first sponsor of the year. It's from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Spreads Retreat. They have an event coming up in New Orleans by chance in February 22nd through the 24th. And that's the website, stshealing.com. You go to that website to plug it in. I understand they're getting people to sign up. There is a limited amount of space reserved. I think men can join it too. But anyway, I want to thank the Sisterhood of the Traveling Spreads for sponsoring this week's show of Numbers and You. All righty. And before I get to my part, let me do the forecast for today. All righty. So I'm going to start from the top. Learn Live with Lloyd, where the joy of numerology is the joy of learning and enlightenment. Please like, share, and subscribe. If I don't read it, I'm not going to say it. I'll get used to it. But anyway, this is Wednesday, the 18th. The sun is in Capricorn. The moon is in Sagittarius. And this is the last day of Mercury retrograde. Now, yes, it officially ended today, but there's still the residual on the shadow effect, as they call it. So you're not quite out of the woods yet. So, don't just go assuming, well, you know what I mean, now that we're back to normal. No, Mercury has stopped officially, but it's still the after effect is still around for about another week and a half, okay? To 8 universal month and 11 universal weeks. So for those that are under the sign of Aquarius and Leo, they will be the beneficiaries. And for those who are Capricorns and Aquarius, this month, since it rules the 8, you too will be the beneficiaries, and it's an 8 universal day. So for those that are Capricorns, Aquarians, Librans, Aries, and Scorpio, or if you're born on the 8th or the 9th, the 17th, the 18th, the 26th, or the 27th of the month, well, I would imagine this is your day. And actually, every day should be a special day for you, not just when things are all nice and rosy, but sometimes things are not going to be either too. But I do want to thank you very much for joining us. I am Lloyd Strayhorn. Couple of things I want to say. I was on this gentleman's show. His name is 19 Keys. I was on in November. And I then had him back on my show, okay, about maybe 2-3 weeks later. But ever since I've been on his show, it has been nonstop in terms of the response. I deeply appreciate it. Do not get me wrong. What is new to me are the donations, okay? Stephen Williams and his family, Mrs. Williams out of Chicago, every year, every week, they do something, a donation. I really appreciate it. I did not start this show for this purpose, believe me. Now, it ain't to say I don't need money. We all need money if you're going to live in America, especially New York City, where I live, okay? But what I'm saying is my goal was not to do this to have monies come in, this, that, and the other. In fact, I haven't even called Google AdSense, whatever it is, to try to find out how to collect the money, okay? My whole goal, I've just been so busy. I would blame 19 Keys, but I have to thank him so much for bringing it. He's got 1.4 million subscribers. Okay. So I do appreciate the number of people that enrolled for my free newsletter. There is a gentleman that said he donated 3 times and I didn't read him. I'm not going on that. If every time I get some money and I go for them, then that leaves out all the people that have stuck with me from day one when I started in July of 2021. And I'm not going to do that. So yes, it's nice. And yes, if you make a donation, yes, if I get to it, I am. But even if so, I'm still going to acknowledge all of those because I keep a record of all of those who make a donation. And so this is very important to me. So, it's nice. And yes, I will take some donations, but I'm not going to ignore all the people that's been with me from Jump Street, like Stephen Williams and his family, other people who have listened from day one. Kimberly Williams, all these people have been listening. And so that's my whole thing. All righty. I know you're saying probably what's with this brother, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up and I'm going to take some comments that started from day one. All righty. And the very first person who did this at 5:52, this is her name. There we go. Whoops, nope. Hold on. There we go. Janae Lewis. All right. She is born on the 1st of March, which means you are a water sign with a fire number. It means you're very independent, very self-reliant. It means you don't look your age, by the way, which is why younger men will hit on you. Hey, there is a God. Okay. And it does indicate that you're the kind of woman that's very decisive, that knows what you want. And this year, I think you might be passing through an 11 personal year. I know you're in a 2. Just in my head, I can see you're in a 2. But let me do something because I'm almost sure you are in let me see, 7, 1, 2. Yes, you are in an 11 personal year. That means this is a year to go with an enlightened mindset. And if you don't have no goals, no dreams, no desires, just live it as a 2. But if you are about making something of yourself and you are a number 1, okay, and winners come in number 1, what that should tell me is that this is your year to take whatever ideas and concepts you got to the next level. That's exactly what that does. That means you're also in a transitory type of cycle too, making changes around your home, relationships, or the workplace as well. But it simply means take your time. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't change your diet. You're definitely going to be changing your appearance by late March, April, right before or just after your birthday. And I wish you all the best. Now, this one is from Scotty. And this is interesting. They said their birthday is May 12th, 84, and their boyfriend's birthday is January the 18th. Will they make it? Frankly, I don't see why not. As I said before, what did our great-great-grandparents, our ancestors did, okay, before there was the advent or knowledge of astrology and numerology and the popularity that is known now in terms of selecting mates and stuff like that? I can say this. First of all, y'all do have a lot more in common than you do. All right. First of all, y'all are both earth signs. You're Taurus. He's Capricorn. You're a fixed sign. He's a cardinal sign. Okay. Secondly, both of y'all are fire numbers. You're born on the 12th, which is a 3, which is ruled by the element of fire. He's born on the 18th, which is a 9, that ruled by the element of fire as well. Your key numbers are the 3, 6, and 9. His numbers are the 9, 8, and 6. Now, what that tells me is this when I'm dealing with couples. That is, what do they have in common? Well, they have the 6 and the 9 in common. Well, what does that mean? Well, 6 rules Friday, 9 rules Tuesday. And therefore, anytime you two want to get together to be on the same page, you should always arrange it, my dear, for your mate on a Thursday. No, I'm so sorry. A Friday, which is the 6th. And let me see, 9, yes, and a Tuesday, which is ruled by the 9. So Tuesday and Thursdays are your target days. Okay. So if you want to get with him and make sure you're on the same page, tomorrow will be a good day. All righty. And not only that, tomorrow is the 18th, which is a 9. So no, today's the 18th, excuse me. Tomorrow will be the 19th, but 1s and 9s go well anyway, but still tomorrow is Thursday. And probably you two met somewhere in the months of April and May or October or November, as these months rule 9 and 6s respectively, okay? And as long as he understands you're ambitious, because you are, I know he's smelling himself. He thinks he's all of that and bag of chips. So you got something on your hands, but the chances are very, very good you will make it, but it's the mindset. And if you think reading these movies, these fairy tale books, and they live happily ever after, that's not reality in this world, okay? Because in this world, it takes a lot of work. And what people don't realize is when you get married, that's when the work really begins. Not because you got your man, not because you got your woman, okay? That's when you really, and because people will start taking each other for granted, and then we wake up one morning and you're not there or they're not there. Okay. So what I'm saying is that if you're going to jump the broom or get married or go down the aisle, call it what you will, then it is on you to realize that you're going to have to work through it. And it is, the sun don't come out every day. So you guys ain't going to wake up sunny every day. So once you understand that, yes, you can make it, but it depends on you, your attitude. And that I cannot do for you. All right. Okay, here we got V's solution. Now, she is born on the 19th of December, and the mate is born on the 3rd of February. What do they have in common? Well, they have complementary elements because they both fire numbers. 1 and 3s are fire numbers, okay? Not only that, she is ruled by the fire sign of Sagittarius. He is ruled by the air sign, of Aquarius. So air and fire works very well together. They are combustible, kind of speak, when you bring those two factors together. But he would have to understand, V, that you are very strong-willed. You are very career-oriented. Not that you don't mind having a man, having a family, raising kids and stuff like that, but you also want to make something of yourself too. And as long as he understands that, there will be no problem. He is very ambitious. I would encourage him to do whatever he wants to. And the thing I admire about your mate is when you tell him he can't do something, that's when he roll up his shirt sleeves, you know what I'm saying? And everybody better move out the man's way. He's coming through. Normally, 3 people are very ambitious. And what do you have in common other than that? Well, your numbers are the 1, 4, and 3, and his numbers are the 3, 4, and 1. Y'all got the same numbers in a different sequence, but you got the same numbers. Your numbers again are the 1, 4, 3. His numbers are the 3, 4, 1. That's like putting the numbers together to a mirror and they appear backwards, but you'll got the same numbers, which means you got the same days, which are Thursday and Sunday and Monday. Those are your days. So anytime you need to get with your boo, okay, arrange it tomorrow on a Thursday, and tomorrow's the 19th too. And you're born on the 19th, Veronica, not just starting no stuff, but I'm just saying it should go pretty well. And he's this is the age of Aquarius, and this is the age of women, so women are not doing too bad either. But at the same time, you two have pretty much in common. This year you're going through a 9 personal year, a 2 personal year for you, and he is going through a 3 personal year. So you're always 1 year behind him. So if you're paying attention to what he's doing this year, that tells you what you're going to be doing next year. So he's in a good luck cycle. So God bless him with that one. All righty. Okay, let's see. This is an early bird one too. This is from CW. Christina is her name. Her birthday is January the 31st. She is an Aquarius 4 person. That simply means, in short, she likes to be different. She's unconventional. If everybody goes this way, the sister's going to go that way because she can't kind of help herself, all right? But she's really a genius, but a genius not in the way that most people think. And if you read the biographies of great men and women like Nikola Tesla and other people like that, you name who it is, everybody at some point, somebody at one point thought maybe they wasn't wrapped too tight, okay? Maybe they've been in the lab too long. But those are the people who wind up being your greatest inventors. And to this day, and to the testament of Nikola Tesla, just as one example, even though this man has been gone from the earth, his contributions to this earth still remains the same. So that says so much for you, young lady. And it tells me very sensitive, high strung, easily wounded in your feeling. You will forgive, but you won't forget. So I wouldn't get on your bad side. Your key numbers are the 4, 1, and 5. Sunday, Monday, and Wednesdays are your best days. And you always do well during February, June, July, August, and in a minor way, September too. Okay. Thank you. This is Delina. All right. I'm taking them in order which they came first. She's born May 15th. Now, let me tell you this, Delina. Your birthday indicates you're beautiful either by physical appearance or personality. The only thing that will challenge you at times in relationships, the persons you're involved with may say or imply that you're being overbearing or bossy or dominant or telling them what to do. As long as you understand that, you shouldn't have a problem at all. But you do know what you like, though. You do know what you want. You're not afraid to speak on it. And whoever comes into your life, Let them know you're always a work in progress. Either like to go to school, you just finished school, you're about to sign up for school, you're about to do something. You like to go to the gym. You like to keep yourself beautiful in appearance, fit in your physique, and smart in your mind. That's exactly what you like from this combination. Your key numbers are the 6, 5, and 9, and you'll find that Fridays and Wednesdays and Tuesdays, going backwards, not Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, but Friday first, then Wednesday second, then Tuesday is third. Those, and see, when I say these days, folks, for you just listening in, these are the days you make your moves. So let's say Delana wants to set up an interview. When should she do it? Well, it should be a Friday, if not a Wednesday, if not a Tuesday, if not next Friday or next Wednesday or next Tuesday. But she will find that when she makes things on that day, these days, that things will tend to go more her way. Hanging out, bowling, you know, that's no big deal. But I'm talking about the fact that you are going to be making moves of consequences, then those things are very important. All right. So, in essence, again, your key numbers are the 6, 5, and 9, and your best days are Friday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. And this particular year, you're in a 4 personal year. So that means you're going to have to put in the work there. There's not going to be no slipping and sliding, no, shortcuts and whatnot. When you're in a 4, how I did it was I took the month and day you were born, February the 15th, added it to this year in my head, and it factors out to a 4 cycle. So 4 represents boundaries, limitations, or restrictions mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever. But it's designed to make you get your act together. Okay. I don't know how people expect to want something and not put in the work for it. I just don't understand that mindset. You want to know when your ship is coming in? The question becomes, did you send the ship out there? Now, if you don't send the ship out there, guess what's not coming back? That's the human math of it. Okay. So your key numbers again are that you're very pleasant. You got a great personality. You can be very sensual and beautiful when you want to, but you can also be stubborn when you want to too, dear. Let's keep it real. Okay, Delina? I want to thank, by the way, you're straight too. Okay. And by this way, Aquarians are going to help you. Geminis and Leos are going to help you along the way too. All right. This is Chocolate Shop Vintage. Okay. She's Bernadette. Her master number is 11. She's born 9/29/1971. So that's interesting because those numbers do add to a 2. And I see now, if you want to know if technically if you're born on the 29th, that's because you are born. I mean, the 11, that's because you're born on the 29th, and 2 plus 9 is 11. But what I want to do is go further down the rabbit hole and technically see 9, 10, 19, 0, 2, 2. I got good news for you. You are in an 11 personal year. I mean, you have an 11 destiny as well. So when you say your master number is 11, it is a master number. First of all, she's born on the 29th. 2 plus 9 is 11. But when I took the month, the day, and the year, adding it to technically the way I trained myself to add it, it added up to an 11 too. So that means you are an enlightened soul, Chocolate Shop Vintage. It simply means you're always trying to raise people's consciousness, kundalini, awareness, call it what you will, insight. And it also tells me you're intuitive to a great degree because your numbers are the 2, 7, and 6. And the 3 psychic numbers in numerology are the 2, the 6, and the 7. And you got all 3, which means I would tell any brother, don't play Chocolate Shop, okay? Don't get your feelings hurt, okay? Don't think because she's all nice and pretty, you're going to play it. She's not going to go for it. I'm just telling you. So for anybody who's dealing with this sister, I'm just telling you, y'all save yourself a lot of wear and tear and just come real or don't come, period. Okay. All right. Got that straight. All right. And by the way, your best day is always on Monday and Friday. Can't leave that out either. So for Sammy BB33, she is born on April the 16th. So she is a fire sign with a water number, which means passionate and very practical. No, very intuitive or emotional, I should say. That is the nature of water. They go into feelings and things of that nature, and they're perceptive and whatnot. But it tells me you being an Aries, though, Aries are very strong-willed. They're very determined. I mean, I could name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Martin Lawrence, Pope Paul XVI. They're all born on this day, and a couple other famous people of note, too. But then there is you, and you are the strong silent type. And the fact that this year adds up to a 7, and the fact that you're born on the 16th and 1 plus 6 is 7, I would say this is going to be a very interesting year for you in terms of manifesting your dreams. Because mentally, when I took April the 16th, added to 2023, you, my dear, will be in, oh no, you are in a 9 personal year. Now, the cycles go from 1 to 9, so that means that's it. Not unless you're going to go to those master levels of 11, 22, 33, whatever, that I explained in my second online course, Learn from Lloyd, the next step in numerology. But the point is, though, so since you're in a 9, there's a couple of things going on. 1, you have an opportunity to cut your losses. 2, you have an opportunity to manifest your dreams. 3, you also have the chance to go somewhere on long distance journey across large bodies of water or land. 4, you need to avoid anybody who want to fuss, fight, and argue. 5, you need to really be careful about how you're handling tools and machines. And 6, don't let nobody get you into no arguments or confrontations, especially over much to do about nothing. I think that was one of Shakespeare's stories too. Okay, where you love him, he don't love you, you love them, they don't love you, and all that other stuff. So it's just the point that for you this year, it is definitely about manifesting your dreams. And definitely be careful when you're handling knives and sharp instruments and stuff around the kitchen and ironing and stuff like that too. But if you're feeling feisty this year, I would say that would be about right there. Your best days, by the way, are always on Monday and Friday. All right, those are your target days. All right, so let me go to Florida Sunshine here. Okay, my brother, Benson, you're born the same day as a couple other people. Well, first of all, this is Minister Farrakhan's birthday. This is a birthday of many, many people. I mean, I've got so many figures in my head. I'll just do that just to name something. But what happens is it means that you are blessed with an visionary mindset. That's exactly what it means. It means that as you get older, your life will get better. That's also what it means too. And looking at the age you're born, I would say it's manifesting itself if it hasn't manifested itself already. It also indicates you have a gift with computers and gadgets and gizmos and the technology and stuff like that. And also probably very finicky, in particular about your eating habits or dietary laws. So if you're a vegetarian, semi-vegetarian, something like that, that would not surprise me at all either. All righty. This year, you're in a 5 personal year. 5 is always that midway point between the 1 and 9. So just dead center. So that means you are at a fork in the road. You are at a pivotal point in your life. You're at a point where you have to make a decision. Should you go left? Should you go right? Should you go forward? Should you go back? Go down a bit, get off another exit and see what you can do. But a lot of opportunities are going to present itself. You should get into some form of writing, communications, things like that, and feel free. No one should be able, when a person's going through a 5 personal year, which is air, I tell them the best way to hold on to a person with a 5 or a lot of 5s in their name, or born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd, or under Gemini or Virgo, one of the best ways to hold on to them is let them go. Yes, it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, when they finally settle down, they'll settle down with the one that gave them the most breathing space. And I would hope you would want to be that one. All righty. Your numbers, Florida Sunshine, my brother, are the 2, 7, and 6. And your best days are always on Mondays and Fridays without exception. All right. Okay. Here we got this one here. My birthday is February 14th. Her husband is September the 14th. Can we get a reading? And yes, you can. Do you have anything in common? Well, you can see they're both born on the 14th. Okay. Do they have anything in common astrologically speaking? No. She is an air sign. He is an earth sign. She is a fixed sign. He is a mutable sign. Okay. Mutable simply means you're flexible. You're fluid. You can go which way the wind is blowing. That's what it is. Fixed means you're dead into the seasons of things. All right. So you'll have a 5 as a common denominator. Your numbers, Aquarius lady, are the 5, 4, and 1. His numbers are the 5, 6, and 9. So the common glue that you two have together is that 5. What does that mean? Well, each day is assigned a number, and Wednesday is assigned to the number 5. So when you want to get with your honey, Make it on. You know how when you women say, honey, we need to talk, and we just disappear for a month or two? Okay. That's what that's about. That's when you get it. He'll be receptive, and he'll probably surprise you too. Say, okay, honey, okay. But the point is this, that with his numbers, being an earth sign, he's more practical. See, you're air. See, you're air and air. So that means you're always into your head. He's air by number, but he's earth by sign, which means he's the one that's going to want to settle you down a little bit more. Calm down, honey. We got this. It's not that serious. Okay. You're all in your head. Let's keep it real. So he serves a role more than you can imagine. But both of y'all would like to travel. And I would say that's how y'all start dating. Traveling here, weekend trip there, this, that, and the other. And you're both like some space. So sometimes you'll need to take a break, not away from each other like I'm leaving you and I'll see you in 6 months and all that stuff. But, allow space for each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been married. I don't know how long you've been married, but it takes work when you're married. I kid you not. It's not easy. People think I finally got her, I finally got him, and now I can chill and relax. No, that's when you really got to stay on point. Believe it or not, if you want to work it, make it work. And this may explain why the divorce rates in this country is so high at this point. Okay. It didn't used to be that way. But I don't think people like, okay, I don't like mayonnaise on my sandwich. You do. You need to go back to your mother. How silly. Mayonnaise? Okay. There was a lady I read. She loved the guy. The guy loves her. And she's got 4 children that are not his. And she wanted to know, should I do it? Why? Because he wasn't tall enough. Really? Really, folks? It's things like this that we've gotten away from the things that is the glue to keeping our relationships together. We now get caught up into the trivia, into the minutia about the mayonnaise or the ketchup, or they're not tall enough, or they not make this money enough. And you are missing it. I'm telling you, I spoke to a woman today that's 69 years old. And if you had heard what she told me, you ladies better get stepping. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying, ladies. So all this stuff they be projecting the women, y'all don't need nobody, y'all don't need no man. Okay, that's all I'm saying, ladies. Y'all don't have to believe me. Don't. But I'm telling you, all I deal with are women, folks. That's all I deal with. And I hear women tell me their things. And I'm telling you, as women get older, it's not pretty. It's not. So instead of waiting for a guy 6 something, does he have a brain? He's got the height, but does he have a mind? Does he have a heart? Does he have a spirit? Okay. These are all superficial things. Does he have a nice car? Does he have the latest car? That's superficial. If your car is 20 years old and you got the love for that person, you can still get from point A to B. That's a good thing. So anyway, that's what I see. So with your husband, again, his numbers are the 5, 6, and 9. Your numbers are the 5, 1, and 4, which means Wednesday's the day you'll share, but his days are always on a Friday and a Tuesday. Your day is always on a Sunday and a Monday over and above that. But the common glue between you two is always Wednesday, anytime you want to get him on the same page. All righty, let's go with this one. Let me see. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Okay, there we go. R and J, happy Wednesday. Lloyd and everyone would love to get a birthday reading January the 19th, which is tomorrow. Okay, so we'll be the first on the Live with Lloyd show to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow. You are a Capricorn 1 person. You're born in the first month on the 19th day, which tells me you were probably out on your own between your 19th and 28th birthday. Each number rules a part of the body. So the number 1 rules the eyes. So if you wear glasses, because if you're a woman, your left eye is a little bit weak. If you're a man, your right eye will probably be a little bit weaker. But the point is that this is your year to fulfill your dreams. Why you're in a 9 personal year. How I'm getting these personal years is incredibly simple. You just take the month and day you're born and you add to it the year you want to know about this year. So if you say, well, what's the year about 2030? You'll know. If she wanted to know, well, Lloyd, what personal year will I be in 2032? Believe it or not, she'll be in a 9 personal year, even though it is nowhere near here. But you can be able to tell somebody and be able to project what the year is. That's why they can project what time the sun is going to set, the moon is going to set, the sun is going to rise, the sun is going to set. Everybody has a pattern. All of it is in synchronicity with mathematics, except I use the physical side or the spiritual side of mathematics. not the physical side where like, can you please write me a check, okay? But I use the more physical, spiritual side of mathematics. Thank you very much. Alrighty. So thank you, RJ. And so let me get this straight. So her best days, her numbers are 1, 4, and 8, and her best days are always on a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Tuesday. Actually, it is Sunday, Tuesday, and Saturday. But since Saturday's right next door, I just said Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. But these are the days, if you want to make things go your way, these are the days to get the ball rolling, because each number is assigned a day of the week. And once you know your numbers, these are the days that you use to make your moves, especially of consequence. All right. So anyway, let me continue going. This one here, Tamika, she says her daughter, she's born on September 7th. Her daughter is born on 2006. So she says that's her youngest daughter. She would love to come to a happy meeting with her. I don't see why not. That is your daughter. So as far as I'm concerned, you should have, especially if you're paying the rent or the mortgage and they're studying, getting them at your house, I would think you would have the biggest say. However, there used to be a saying that things are at odds like 6s and 7s. I will repeat, things can be at odds like 6s and 7s. And I say that because your daughter is a 6, your number is a 7. Your number is water, her number is earth. And earth and water goes well. So actually, there's more of a bond than you might give yourself credit for. Okay. And what I'm saying is this: 7s have a way of being very independent, being to themselves, like to think for themselves, and like to be their own best company. Well, 6s are just the opposite. They're very outgoing, they're very pleasant, they're very personable, they're very charming, they're very magnetic, and a couple of other things too. So maybe that might be some of it. And then again, let me tell you this. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't think my mother knew what she was talking about. But you know what? She never lied. I just didn't get it. Okay. So maybe your daughter needs to keep that in mind. Oh, you just mom. And my mother told me, oh, mom, don't worry. Oh, mom, Junior, you'll get your turn. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. So that's why youth and wisdom don't go together, dear. So if she don't get it, Tamika, at first, don't worry, she will, because life's experiences, test of times, relationships, and disappointments, and certain milestones we make will certainly begin to see, oh, now I see what Ma's talking about. So don't worry. Your case, your numbers, my dear, are the 7, 2, and 5. In the case of your daughter, her numbers are the 6, 5, and 9. So since you all have 5 as a common denominator, and Wednesday rules that day, and 5 rules also the months of June and September, respectively, these are the months in which you try to get her on the same page. So I'm saying it can work. It's just that you can get that happy medium. And she has to understand that, listen, she may not realize, but you could have terminated her. Okay. You really could have. So a lot of times we folks, when we get arrogance with our elders, our parents, we need to understand and count our blessings that we did not have to exist had they made a decision that went the other way. Okay. And I think when you do that, you will appreciate that. And we all have one mom, one father. Sometimes everybody's not correct with things. I understand that. I get that. But we all have one mother, one father. And if you look at that, actually, your daughter, she has about 100 and something ancestors behind her, going back generations to make her even come into existence. And so do you. So once you realize that, you will count your blessings. You'll get up and you thank the Most High that you have another day to live on this planet, and you do the best you can. Okay. So I would say the disagreement is going to stop as she gets older. Hi, Linda Turner. She didn't say anything, but I want to acknowledge her. Hi, Linda Turner. Good. Now I want to go back. I want to go down to the other end. This one here is Natural Mystique. Okay. And there was a gentleman. I'm going to try to get you, sir. You made a donation 3 times. And I see some donations. I'm going to get you. I just can't get to everybody. I just can't. But in the meantime, though, for this particular person, Mystique, they are 1119. So that means they are a fixed sign with a very determined number. So their key numbers, actually, it's kind of interesting because they are a water sign with a fire number. So water simply means things that deals with emotions and feelings and hunches and intuitions, where fire represents people that just like that, fired up, very determined to succeed, and proactive. mean they don't have to wait on nobody. What you gonna do? All righty. So I would say anybody who tried to run game on you, natural mystic, talking stuff, because you know how we guys will do it sometimes. I'm sure you said, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I need to see what you're doing. Okay. Then all of a sudden, if you were no fun anymore, that would kind of make sense to me. Okay. So anyway, your key numbers are the 1, 4, and 9, and you have leadership numbers, my dear, which means you should either be a lawyer, doctor, or scientist, manager, supervisor, director, entrepreneur, somebody. You don't take orders well. It is not in your cards, dear. Sorry. Sorry. It's not in your cards. Okay. Okay, here we go. Wow, another person born on the 19th, Janice. Okay, Janice is born on March the 19th, which makes her also like the Leo, the Scorpio person, also a water sign with a fire number. The only difference is that the November person, I forgot to mention, is entering a one personal year that matches her birthday. And in this case, if I'm not mistaken, she might be in an 11 personal year, but let me just do the math right quick to make sure I don't do this wrong. Okay, that's 5, 4. Yep. You are in a master number 11 personal year for 2023. Now, in my book, the orange book behind me, my orange book that you can get on Amazon, Numbers in You, I explain in detail the personal year, the theme, the relationship, the health, the travel, money, stuff like that, right? Well, 11 doesn't come often, and when it does, it means you have an exceptional opportunity to do exceptional things. It's just that simple. And since about 4 or 5 of you already are in an 11 personal year, I would say whoever y'all are, y'all need to raise the bar, raise your consciousness, raise your awareness. It's nice to be, we always has a comfort zone. It's nice, like stretching. As soon as the stretching becomes too much, we want to back up. We don't stretch too much. Well, you need to stretch this year. You need to stretch your mind, stretch your goals, things like that. And you'd be surprised what you come up with. Also, normally in a 2 cycle or 11 cycle, that's when people make a change in their diet, change in their eating habits, things of that nature. All righty. And so you got Pisces planets. I don't understand all this, but anyway, I got your birthday though. And by the way, your lucky numbers are important. The numbers are always the 1, 4, and 3. And it means that your best days are always on a Sunday and a Thursday more than anything else. Also Tuesday too. If I had to get Tuesday, I would also get that in. I want to say hi to a super sticker. So I don't know what is all this. They got Chap app, what Chap, something, whatever is going on. But anyway, this is Dee Bird 29, and she sent a donation. So thank you very, very much, dear. I thought you had your birthday there. Maybe it might be, and I'll see it when it comes up. And I also want to make another donation to Tamika Turner. I don't know whether it's the same one I just spoke with, but thank you very, very much. Okay. So anyway, let us continue. Let us continue, folks. Okay. But anyway, this is how you get your personal year, just simply adding the month and day you're born to the year you want to know. This way, what were you doing in your past when you got married? What were you doing in your past when you got your job or finished school or went to school or you did this or you went that or you had some drama or you had some trauma, whatever the case is, you can always tell. And because everything is predictable, because it's cyclical, the only difference is 9 years ago, you're now 9 years older, I would like to think, wiser, I would like to think, mature, I would like to think. Okay. So if you can get that done, that's fine. So let's go with, hold on, let me do this a second. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay. This is very nice. I got to be honest. I wish I could read everybody up in here, but I was told, Lloyd, you cannot do that because the room won't allow. And I'm saying, why can't I do that? But anyway, anyway, folks, let's go to Rich Wealthy. They're born August the 3rd. So their key numbers are the 3, 1, and 4. They are a fire sign with a fire number, which means they're very, very energetic, very self-directed, very self-motivated. And the worst thing to do is tell them they cannot do anything at all. And in fact, they are entering a 9 personal year. And their key numbers, by the way, are always your key numbers, Rich Wealthy, thank you, are always the 3, 1, and 4 in that order, which means Thursday is your best day, followed by Sunday being your second best day. And it also means you've always, which is so ironic, because when you were young, you attracted the much older persons to you. And as you got older, they start getting younger. And I know you probably got up one morning, girl, who went to bed and said, what in the world is going on up in here? But that's how it is. So life has played a nice trick on you. But if this is a guy, the same thing. And it says rich, wealthy. I'm assuming it might be a female. I don't know why I'm assuming that, but let's say it's a man. The same thing. When he was younger, he attracted much older women. And as he got older, they start becoming younger. The formula does not change. It's still the same whether you're male or female. That's the scenario. And this person has always been very ambitious, very conscientious. If you say you're going to do something, this is probably how you receive some positions of authority too, because of your very conscientious way of doing things. Let me go here to Faisal. Did I do your best days? Yeah, your best days are Sunday and Thursday. Okay, I did that. So this one here is from Faisal, and they are born on the 8th of April, the same day as Bob Johnson, that founded BET, the first Black billionaire, supposedly. Okay. Can you actually tell me if I'm in one personal year? And so what I do is you take the month you're born, which is a 4, the day you were born, which is a 8, and when you add that to this year, 2023, you are in, shall we say, a one personal year, which means you are absolutely correct. Yes. So in other words, you probably heard me at the top of the show, take your month, your day you're born, add it to the year. So that means you come out the gate with a fresh start this year. I love a one cycle year because that's when you focus on you, not your mother, not your father, not the kids, not your mates. It's about what you want for you. Your 3 best friends are me, myself, and I. Okay. What do you get out of the year? I'll put it like this. In a one cycle year which you're in, this is the year you plant the seeds of what you want to go for the next 9 years moving forward. Okay. So let's say you got somebody that's been a pain. They call you all the time, working your nerves. Well, don't let them take too much of your time in a one cycle year, because whatever you start in a one cycle will last directly or indirectly for the next 9 years. So if you got somebody that's been a pain in the you know what, okay, and don't let them take up too much of your time. Just you busy, you're at appointments, okay, but you don't have no time. You focus on what is in your best interest and where you wish to be 9 years hence, and that's planting the seed. So it does mean though that Leos, Aries, other Aries like you, Aquarians will help you, or anybody born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, 22nd, 28th, or 31st of any month. All righty. So anyway, I tell you this. Your birthdays sometimes give off the impression that you're cold or distant or lacking in feelings, but the opposite is the case. So if I had to hang a motto over your door, it would be to know you is to love you. Very, very simple. All righty. And as you get older, your life gets better, especially between your 33rd and 35th birthday. And I see you're not quite there yet. You're getting close, but you're not quite there yet. But you're almost. All right. So anyway, thank you very, very much. All righty. This one here is from Tiffany. And Tiffany, thanks for the donation, young lady. You were born on 11/29, which is the same day as Barack Obama's mother. Hinton Battle, a famous dancer. Billy Strayhorn, my cousin that wrote for Duke Ellington, Take the A Train, Lush Life, Passion Flower, stuff like that. So you too would have a passion for things of a very gentle, spiritual nature. That is the nature of a 2. You're born on the 29th. 2 plus 9 is 11, and 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is the number that brings about camaraderie. It brings about, shall we say, negotiations. 2s are always kind of dragged. People always drag a 2 into their problem. 2s are good listeners. I guess that's why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Okay. But that's their strong point. So if people are always pulling to you for advice, Tiffany Lee, that makes all the sense in the world. 2, also very finicky. And looking at the year she was born, she probably grew up in dance, theater, poetry, kept a diary or journal of some kind. Okay. Normally very finicky about her eating habits, things of that nature, and very, very perceptive, and don't miss a trick. Extremely observant. Your key numbers, my dear, are the 2, 7, and 3, and Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays are your best days, but it's Monday 1st, Thursday 2nd, Friday 3rd. That are your best days to make your moves, okay? So anyway, and Tiffany, thanks so much for the donation. Appreciate it. Okay, this is Destiny Manifest. All right. Their birthday is February the 15th, and her birthday is December the 31st. Okay. Now, they will say, well, astrologically, this doesn't fit. Numerically, it doesn't fit. Tell me something I don't know. In other words, that's what I'm trying to tell you about our ancestors. When our ancestors, our parents and grandparents and their parents and parents and parents back generations, it wasn't about, well, my month is this and yours is that, my number is this, yours is that. So let me explain what I'm about to say. First of all, you are an Aquarius destiny manifest, okay? She is a Capricorn. The irony is, though, the original ruler of Aquarius, your sign, was once Saturn, which governs Capricorn. So, in that regard, y'all do have a lot more in common than you might imagine. However, numerically, one of the major opposition numbers to the number 6 is the number 4. And one of the major oppositions to the number 4 is the number 6. So I'm looking at it, keeping it real with the numbers. See, and that's why I like numbers. You can get all the emotion if you want to, but 2 plus 2 is going to be 4 at the end of the day. So she's born on the 31st, which is a 4. They're born on the 15th, which is a 6. And that simply means that they're not going to be eye to eye on some major issues. But whoever is, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're waiting, reading these fairy tale books, they live happily ever after, you will be sorely disappointed. That's not how it works in the real world. You will have moments where y'all are not on the same page. I don't care whether y'all got the same number, same sign, born in the same year. And I've seen couples like that too. But we all do. If you've been married or if you've lived with somebody for a while, there are going to be points where y'all are, it's just one of them days. And if you understand that, you can make this work. But numerically, I would say y'all are at odds. Here's the reason why, too. 6s are conservative, 4s are unconventional. That in and of itself says it all. 6s like to control or have control issues, what she might say, and 4s are rebellious. You tell a 4 to go this way, they go the other way. You say why, they say why not. You say up, they say down. It's not that they're trying to work your nerves. It's just that they like to be different. And if you understand who you got, sir, I would say you shouldn't have a problem. All righty. Very sensitive, though. She's very sensitive. And y'all have more going for you than you imagine. And the common glue between you two is the planet Saturn that governs Capricorn. And it once was the rulership, the original rulership, until they found Uranus of Aquarius. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So, right. Okay. Here we go. This is Canon Coltrane, Brother Lloyd. I hope all is well. Thank you. Thank you. It is. They are born on February the 7th, and they got another person born on September the 20th. Well, astrologically, they will say these signs don't work because one is air, the other's earth. However, when I look at those numbers, it tells me quite a bit about you, which makes for the exceptions of the rule. So, for example, this person with Canon Coltrane, their numbers are the 7, 2, 4, and 1. And with the person born September the 20th, their numbers are the 2, 7, and 5. So what do they share in common? The 2 and the 7, or the 7 and the 2. That means Monday is the day when they need. So if you need to get with your partner, where you two are on the same page, because this is very important. Because again, there are going to be days when we're just off center, but if you want to stay on center, this is the day in which you need to be with this person to sit down. And this person, by the way, September the 20th, is extremely psychic, extremely sensitive, extremely picky about their eating habits and their dietary laws. Period. End of story. So I tell you, if you want to lose this date, you go take them to Mickey D's. Trust me, it'll be the last date you take them to. You need to take them somewhere with great food and ambiance and music and where they can dance or something of that nature. Then you got a better chance. But if your thing is just going to take them somewhere and we're gonna roll up on Mickey D's, boo, and all that, you gonna get your feelings hurt the next time you ask again. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So anyway, that's it. Okay. This one here is Serious Intellect. May 14th, and his numbers are May 4th. That's interesting. That's the same birthday as 19 Keys. But anyway, Over and above that, let me explain. If you notice, they're both born in the same month, which is the sign of Taurus. That's the common denominator. This person's number, the me, their numbers are the 5, the 6, and the 9. The person, him, their persons are the 4, 1, and 5. So what do they have in common? They have the number 5. What day rules the number 5? Wednesday. What month rules the number 5? June and September rules the number 5. And all dates such as the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of the month. So although they would say astrologically, maybe you two shouldn't get together, actually you got a lot more in common. But don't forget, 5 love is space. So I tell him to give you some breathing room. And then 4s like to be structured and organized, and 4s like to be their own best company. They might be out and about because they got to make appearances or something like that. But basically, when they go home and shut down, that's it. They like to stay home. They're very unconventional and whatnot. But I would say it'd be good. You happen to be in a 8 personal year, which you're in a pregnancy cycle. Now, it don't mean you have to have a biological pregnancy, but it could be symbolic, like a birth to this, that, and the other. He happens to be in a 7 personal year, a year where he goes down the rabbit hole to find out why he does what he does. He's probably asking why he's dealing with you too. And it's not in a bad way. Anybody who's going through a 7 cycle, anybody that's close to them, that's in their space, all of a sudden they go through microscopic exam. Why are you here? Why am I dealing with you? Now, they may not wake you up to discuss it, okay? But they are going to ask themselves, why am I dealing with this person? Why did I get involved with them? Did I make the right decision? 7 makes you go deep in terms of questioning everything and everyone in your space. That's exactly what he's going to be doing this year, okay? And so you need to give him some, and in fact, I would encourage him, which may sound difficult, say, honey, you need to get your butt out of here and go somewhere where there's the sand, the sea, and the sun, and he's going to love you. When he come back, guess who he going to look for? He going to look for you. Okay, I'm a guy. I know what I'm talking about. Like you women, y'all know what you're talking about. I think we guys know what we're talking about too. But give him some space this year. All right. And you, well, if you want to be gat, as they say, this is your year. But you can also do it symbolically too by giving birth to an enterprise or a business or a plan or its endeavor or project or whatever the case is. All right. That is the point. All right. So now I did that. Let me go back this way. I'm trying to, okay, cut that. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. All things, okay, this one here this is Femi, 8. Her name is Angel. She donated twice. Thank you. May you get a reading? You certainly may. She's born on February the 19th, the same day as Smokey Robinson and a couple other famous people of note, but I ain't gonna go there. Because y'all got other things to do with your time. But nonetheless, it tells me that women have always been a major influence in your early development, and then came the men. And then for you would have made an excellent power broker. You would have done well in the field of law, medicine, science. You would have done well in the world of business and banking. You would have done well in the world of real estate, being a manager, supervisor, director, CEO, CFO. I will tell you this, even if you work for somebody, eventually, I'm not surprised at the back of your mind, you want to kind of do something for yourself, go out on your own. Well, guess what? This year allows you to do just that. Why? Well, when I took your month of February the 19th to 2023, you are in a 1 personal year. And not only that, but you're number 1. And winners always come in number 1. So if you want to make a break, if you want to step out on faith and take a chance, this is the year to do so. Be not afraid, my sister. Be not afraid. You got more things going in your favor this year than you can imagine. So have the confidence, have the courage and whatnot, and let nobody deter you. See, because one's visionaries like 4s. 1s and 4s are visionary. They're kind of like a little ahead of everybody. And so they hear what you're saying, but they don't get it in the moment. And if so, it's okay. You follow your spirit. You follow your heart. You follow your vision. Because you're in a year that if you blow this one, the next one won't come actually until, believe it or not, the year 2032. And if you can wait that long, you know something I don't know. That's all I can tell you. But if you blow this one, you don't get this chance until 2032. That's 9 years from now. And if you look at it like that, you bet to get going. That's what you bet to do. All righty. Your numbers, by the way, are the 1, 4, and 3. It all depends because it's some years it's still late Aquarius, some years it's still early Pisces. If you're Aquarius, though, your numbers would be the 1, 4, 9. If you're an Aquarius, your numbers would be the 1, 4, and 9, and Sunday and Tuesday and Thursdays would be your best days. But if you're a Pisces, your numbers will be the 1, 4, and 3, which means Sunday and Tuesday and Thursdays instead would be your days. So you got a choice. I will say this: you don't look your age. You probably wear glasses, or it's recommended that you do because your eyes are a little bit more sensitive to bright sunlight than is recommended. Okay. Anyway, let me go to No. Hey, No. She's born on 6/3, so she's an air sign with a fire number. So these are numbers that go together. So that tells me she's very popular, very like everywhere she goes, everybody and their mother knows her. This is why it'd be hard for her, as I jokingly say, to sneak around because it's like, honey, who know you here? It's like that. And so therefore she would do well with at any rate, I know for a fact that this particular year you are in a 7 year. So this isn't the more outgoing, friendly, sociable, gregarious year. When you're in a 7th cycle, this is when you go into yourself. This is when you go into who you are and why you do the things you do and why you say the things you say. You have the strangest of dreams. Secrets that have been hidden from you come to the surface. And because 7 is magnetic in its energy, the year that we're in now for 2023, this is, I call the 7 year the law of attraction, that whatever you're thinking will be drawn to you. Again, if you're walking around with a poverty mindset, you will be in a poverty mindset, I guarantee you, throughout the entire year of 2023. So let's think in terms of a wealthy mindset and hold on to that. And what we try to do is we want to tell God how to give it. Well, God, we got to give it. It's about so-and-so, and I need it about so-and-so in 2 weeks. He don't work like that, okay? As I say, everybody's probably pulling at him. So what you want to do is make sure that you do your part. And since we're in the year of the law of attraction, and whatever you're thinking, you want somebody to love you, see that in your mind, on the mental screen of your mind. You need a new car, see that. You need a new job, see that. You need a better health. Whatever you're looking for in the material and emotional world, the secret is not to chase, but to attract. And that simply comes from thinking about it. So you got to monitor your thoughts very carefully this year. I mean, you don't have to do it like a security guard every second. What are you thinking? That stuff. But if you do catch those moments, because we are human, if you do catch those moments, just ask yourself, just say the word they used to use is cancel. There's an excellent gentleman that developed Silver Mind. His name is Jose Silva, born on August the 11th. And he developed this concept about reaching the subconscious mind. All you got to do is go to YouTube, type in the name Jose Silva, Josesilva, and you will find a lot about him. The techniques he used were remarkable. And during the 80s, he had a popular program called Silver Mind Control. They now changed the mind control for various reasons. It's the Silver method. Okay, so I understand. But when it first came out, it was under the Silver Mind Control. That was the original name of it. But anyway, okay. And somebody said they love the Silver method. Yes. All right. So anyway, let me go to this person here. This is Rachel Lucas, and she's born on July 6th, and he is born on September 29th. Well, let me tell you this. Although they would say you're water and they're air and you two don't go together, not true. Let me explain why. First of all, both of you have every single number in common. Your key numbers are the 6, 2, and 7. His key numbers are the 2, 7, and 6. You got the same numbers. That means you got the same days, Mondays and Fridays. His best day is Monday and Friday. Your best day is Friday and Monday. You'll still got the same days, but the emphasis for you, dear, is on Friday and the emphasis for him is to be on Monday. But anytime you want to get that man on the same page as you definitely do it without question on a Monday and or Friday. And you'll find he will be very receptive to what you're trying to say or convey. And that way you'll be have a more happier life, Rachel Lucas, excuse me. All righty. And so this is it. So for you, 552, you happen to be, I think you're in the 11 personal year, Rachel. Let me see this. 7, 6, 20, 23. Okay, let me do that. That's 6. You happen to be in the 11 personal year. So you're coming from a high level of consciousness this year, Rachel, and you need to take full advantage of that. Whereas for your friend, the him, well, he's in a 9 personal year. Had you been in a 2-year, I would say this year is going to be very rocky because 9s and 2s don't go together. But you're not a 2, you're an 11. Your 2 is made up of 2 1s, and 1s are fire numbers. And once you understand that, you'll see those exceptions to the rule. All righty. So that's what I see there. I would say you would do pretty well. Again, we're going to have our moments, but then again, what couples don't have their moments? The best of them. Okay. You'd have thought when Prince Charles got married to Princess Diana, that would be a marriage made in heaven. You saw how that wound up being. So you just can't judge a book by its cover. And I'm saying that when you marry or make a commitment, that's when the work begins. For those that are married, they will tell you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, oh, I got my man, I got my woman, I can chill now, just relax and chill out on the beach and they do whatever they want. Yes, they can. But if they're not there 2 or 3 years from now, you know what happened. Okay, so work on it. Work on it. It's worth it. If you feel the person you are involved with or love, please, it is definitely worth it. Let me see. This one is Lakita Marie, June the 11th, which means she is very, very visionary. She is very, very ahead of the curve. She would be the kind of person, for example, with this particular birthday, that she would be kind of like, and especially this year, because this year she's in a 6 personal year. In other words, when I took June the 11th, added it to 2023, it factored out to a 6, and 6 is friendly to her. Although her key numbers are the 2, 7, and 5, 6 is still friendly to her nonetheless. And so as a result, this is her year to fall in love, fall out of love, go back to school, exercise, program, workout, change your diet. It's a lot of things that's going to be going on that's going to affect you. And in fact, since you are in a 6 personal year, you should wear lots of blue. And in fact, I might talk about that one day about numerology and colors and gemstones and metals and things like that affect us too. So that's how I see you, Lakita. And your numbers are the 2, 7, and 5. And Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays are always your best days without exception. That is Monday and Wednesday and Friday. I'm just going to take a couple of more. And then, okay. I'm taking another person that made a donation. It's not showing up, but thank you very much, Wealthy Aunt. And she said she was born on August the 11th, and your husband is born on August the 26th. We'll be grateful reading. Well, it's interesting. Leo, as you know, and Virgo, as you know, are literally right next door. Okay. Your numbers, though, are the 2, 7, 1, and 4. That's what you got, Wealthy Aunt. And your husband's numbers are the 8, 5, and 6. So you don't have any numbers in common other than you'll share the same month of August, where you're on the earlier side, which puts you into Leo. He's on the latter part of the month of August, which puts him into the constellation of Virgo. So it indicates the one thing about it, though, is with you being a 2, which symbolically is water, although it's a master number, I'm keeping it real simple for that reason. And he's just 8, because 2 plus 6 is 8 is Earth. Maybe that would explain the nurturing relationships that y'all have with each other. I tell you this, your best days are always on a Monday and a Sunday. His best days are always on a Saturday, a Friday, and a Wednesday. So you'll have different days, you'll have different numbers, but if your mindset is in the same, y'all can do whatever you want to. That's the main thing, Wealthy Aunt, to keep in mind. And thank you very much for the donation. Much, much appreciated too. And this one is Tabitha. Did I do this right? Yeah, this is Tabitha Ziegler. December 10th, fire sign, fire number. Don't look their age. Going to be showing that. I bet you they showed their ID way past their 21st birthday and way past their 18th birthday too. But this particular person, you know what? 11 might be the lucky number tonight because I think this person, and let me see, because many times I do this in my head, but when I'm looking for the master numbers, I want to be, yep, you too, Tabitha Ziegler, like about no less than 5 or 6 persons I've read in the time I've been on are in a master number 11 personal year. 11 deals with the higher approach to life versus a regular 2. If you don't think you got no ambition, just do it as a 2. Take your sweet old time. Things will be iffy and up in the air about relationships and where you've been living and where you've been working. But when you come to a once in a lifetime cycle that doesn't come often like you are this year in the master number 11, it means you need to take everything you're doing to the next level in terms of your attitude, your mindset, your goals, your dreams, your aspiration, the things you want to do for yourself. Okay. Obviously, there's going to be a change in diet. Obviously, there's going to be a change in relationship, but will it be worth it? You best believe it, because last year when you were in a one personal year, you got off the ground. But next year in 2024, when you enter a 3 cycle, which is the Jupiter cycle where things expand and grow and blossom, I expect you to do extremely well. Like as in very, very well. Okay. This person here is a anyway, K-A-K-K-A-H-E-Y, Kahe, whatever. Anyway, thank you. I assume it is a female. This person is born on September the 15th. The person is born on February the 8th. It almost sounds like somebody I read similar, but here's the point. It's an earth sign and an air sign, which would be not the most compatible. I don't want to say incompatible because anything can work if you make your mind up to do it. Um, uh, 8s and 6s do go together. That's one thing they have in common. 8s and 6s. The rule is 8. The only 2 numbers that 8 gets along with is a 6. That's them, and a 3. Now, this person's numbers are the born on the 15th. Your numbers are the 6, 9. The 6, 5, and 9. His numbers are the 8, 4, and 1. So y'all don't have any numbers together in that way. But I tell you this, should y'all marry or live together or come together, the one thing you're going to have in common is y'all going to want to buy a piece of property. Let there be no question. Living in a condo or a co-op or on the 40th floor does not impress you both at all. I'm here to tell you that if it's going to roll like that, you guys are going to get a house where you can plant something in the back of in the house, the garden, tomatoes, cucumbers, you name it. So anyway, by the way, your numbers are the 5, 6, and 9. Your best days are always on a Friday, Wednesday, and a Tuesday. His numbers being 8, 4, and 1. His best days are always on a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All righty. So let me see. I think I'm going to get one more in. Okay. And this way we can. And I need to thank Rachel also. She made a donation. So that's in pounds. So I imagine she's in London, I guess, or the UK. Call it what you will. All right. And I think I read her before. I did read her too. And I just wanted to thank her for that. Let me see. Wow. I got to thank all y'all so much. And okay, this one, I'm going to take this one. This is LB Lady Beast. She's born on June the 8th. She's a master number 11. That could be true. Him, he's born on January the 19th. Please, he's a 5. Please explain. Thank you. I think what she's saying is that when I mentally looked at the month, the day, and the year he's born, he's in a 5 personal year. Okay. So his destiny number is a 5. But the way I make it digestible, it says your man is in the 5th grade in the school of life. 5 love its space. 5 love its freedom. 5 love variety. 5 love activity. 5 don't like to be clocked every day about where they're going, where they're coming, what they're doing. Whether male or females, this is one thing that 5s do not like. They don't like people that are slow, dull, or boring. So please don't let them repeat themselves. But I understand that because his destiny number would attract your sign of Gemini, also Virgo. You at the same time are very conservative, very businesslike, know how to make some money work when you get your hands on it. That I can tell you, okay? So when it comes to you and paper, you do pretty well when you get it too. And you've always been very, very mature for your age. So although you attract this gentleman, but I'm willing to bet you before you met him, you had somebody that was hitting on you about 5, 10, or 15 years older than you too, with no problems at all. It may have scared your mother, but for you, it was just a number. So anyway, so those are your numbers, the 8, 5, and 6, young lady, which means your best days are always, without exceptions, on a Saturday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. And he is born on January the 19th. His birthday's tomorrow, so tell him I said happy birthday, okay? That the Live with Lloyd family said happy birthday. Sounds bigger too than just Lloyd. And his numbers are the 1, 4, and 8, which means his best days are always on a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Tuesday. So what do you all have in common? Saturday. You want to be on the same page? Make it Saturday. Because your numbers are the 8, 5, and 6, and his numbers are the 1, 4, and 8. So since I'm seeing that 8 between the both of you, Saturday rules the number 8. January rules the number 8. So I would say you two should be doing pretty well this month of this month of January. Okay. Anyway, I want to thank you. I think my time is up. I know I went over the hour. I said I was just going to do an hour, but it's difficult sometimes, especially I'm trying to get to everybody. Oh, by the way, somebody says, please show your banner. This is my banner where you can get in touch with me. Now, there's a lot of things I do want to let you know with this. There you can go to my website, sign up for the free monthly newsletter. You sign up for my online courses if you want to get the discount. For my Instagram, it's Numbers in You. I will be doing Clubhouse tomorrow, but I'm going to be taking a break after that. But it's each Thursday at 7. And that's my Cash App, Numbers in You. And that's it. All right. These are my books in the back. Please get my books if you want to. I guess that's it. I guess that's it. I don't plug myself that much. Anyway, I like doing what I do. I like plugging you. Y'all are more important. Y'all really are. Every single one of you are divinely special, whether you know it or not. And if you look at the principles of biology, of how many millions and millions of sperm it takes to get to one egg, and that meeting of that one sperm and that one egg become you can't tell me you're not special, folks. It's just what your attitude is going to be about yourself. And that I cannot do for you, because you can run away from people, but you cannot run away from yourself. And I would suggest that you stop doing that and take a hold of all of the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities you have, and do the best you can to make yourself a productive person on this planet. You only got one life. You might as well make use of it. Okay. I know we all like to party. We all like to have fun, but there's a serious side to life too. Okay. That's the yin and the yang of it. So I want to thank all of you very much. And I want to say this, please, my show has been brought to you today by the Sisterhoods of the Traveling Spreads Retreat. They're having a retreat on February the 22nd and 24th. They are sponsoring the show, and I was just informed they're going to be sponsoring the show next week as well, which I thank them very, very much for doing so. But at the top, you see Nina Diamond. You see to the right, her daughter, Aquarius Maximus, and to the left, you see Jackie Levine. But the three of them will be there giving this workshop, and you should take advantage of it. And yes, secure your spot today. You really, really should. Don't wait. Why do people wait to the last minute to do something? I don't get that. And you know what? Got to be honest, folks. I ain't one for talking, cuz I will wait to the last minute. Okay. So I know I'm talking all that talk, but I've been known to wait to the last minute to do something. I don't know. Well, maybe that's it. Anyway, everybody, please sign up for the free monthly newsletter. Okay. And everybody, I do want to thank you very, very much for getting me to the 10,000 mark. In fact, I think it was last week or week before last. And one of the people that put up my website got excited. Lloyd, you got 10,000. I hadn't even thought about how many people subscribe. I still don't look at the number of people that subscribe. I still got to make use of what y'all donated and get that. I mean, there's still things, but I'm so focused on trying to get this kind of knowledge to you. That's more than all the money you can get your hands on, believe me. I know some of y'all saying, well, I disagree. I disagree too. I disagree. Everybody, I do want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. All you have a great weekend. Next week, we come out with our guests, and I'm going to have some very exciting guests, also some brand new guests as well. Some of the first one will be guests you've seen before, okay? But there will be many that you have not seen, and they will add to the experience of the Live with Lloyd show. And again, I want to thank everybody very much for joining us. Have a very nice weekend. Until then, take care.